the top 10 clothing brands named after their founders. What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, you're welcome. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel and also hit the notification button down below to stay updated for future uploads. Today's video is going to be on the most successful and famous clothing brands that were named after their founders. I'm going to be making a countdown from number 10. At number 10 we have Dior. Christian Dior was a French couturier best known for his eponymous fashion house, which is often referred to as just Dior. Born in the seaside town of Granville on the coast of Normandy in 1905, he was the son of a wealthy fertilizer manufacturer and was one of 5 children. At age 5, he moved with his family to Paris. He founded the House of Christian Dior on December 16, 1946 at 30 Avenue Mountain, Paris, backed by Marcel Bosse, a cotton fabric magnate. Number 9. Burberry. Thomas Burberry was an English gentleman's outfitter and the founder of the international chain Burberry, one of Britain's largest branded clothing businesses. He is also known as the inventor of Gabbana. He was born at Brockham Green near Dorking in Surrey and educated at Brockham Green Village School. Thomas Burberry was apprenticed to a local draper's shop before he opened his outfitting business in Basingstoke in 1856. During this time, Basingstoke was just a small town with a population of only 4,500 people. Number 8. Chanel. Famed fashion designer Coco Chanel was born Gabrielle Bernard Chanel in 1883 in Somewhere, France. Her early years were anything but glamorous. At age 12, after her mother's death, Chanel was put in an orphanage by her father, who worked as a peddler. She was raised by nuns who taught her how to sew, a skill that will lead to her life's work. Her nickname came from another occupation entirely. During her brief career as a singer, Chanel performed in clubs in Vichy and Moulins, where she was called Coco. She had a brief career as a singer before opening her first clothes shops in 1910. Number 7. Dolce & Gabbana. Dolce & Gabbana is an Italian luxury fashion house founded in 1985 in Legnano by Italian designers Domenico Dolce and Stefano Gabbana. The two met in Milan in 1980 and designed for the same fashion house. In 1982, they established a designer consulting studio. In time, it grew to become Dolce & Gabbana. They presented their first women's collection in 1985 in Milan, where a year later, their store will open its doors. In 1988, they launched a leotard line, and in 1989, they began designing underwear and swimming costumes. Dolce & Gabbana started to export their products to Japan and other countries, including the United States, where they founded their own showroom in 1990. In 1992, the same year, they presented their men's collections. They also launched their first perfume, D&G. By the end of the 1990s, the company's revenue were around $500 million, and in 2003, their revenue reached $633 million. By 2005, their turnover was 600 million euros. Number 6. Prada. Miuccia Prada is an Italian fashion designer best known as the head of Prada, a fashion powerhouse that specializes in luxury goods for men and women. Miuccia Prada was born Maria Bianchi Prada on 10th May 1949 in Milan, Italy. She was the youngest granddaughter of Mario Prada, who started the Prada fashion line in 1913 by manufacturing well-crafted, high-end suitcases, handbags, and steamer trunks for the Milanese elite. Prada was an unlikely inheritor of her family's business. A former member of the Italian Communist Party, Prada attended the University of Milan, where she made a name for herself as the ardent feminist and earned a PhD in political science. Number 5. Balenciaga. Cristobal Balenciaga was a Spanish-backed fashion designer and the founder of the Balenciaga fashion house. He was born in Getaria, a fishing town in the Basque province of Guipúzcoa, Spain in 1895. His father was a simple fisherman who died when Cristobal was just a boy, and his mother a seamstress. As a child, Balenciaga often spent time with his mother as she worked. At the age of 12, he began work as the apprentice of a tailor. When he was a teenager, the Marchioness Ducasa Torres, the foremost noblewoman in his town, became his customer and patron. She sent him to Madrid, where he was formally trained in tailoring. He opened a boutique in San Sebastian in 1919, which expanded to include branches in Madrid and Barcelona. The Spanish royal family and the aristocracy wore his designs. But when the Spanish Civil War forced him to close his stores, Balenciaga moved to Paris. He opened his Paris Couture house on Avenue Georges in August 1937. Balenciaga closed his house in 1968 at the age of 74 after working in Paris for 30 years. He decided to retire and close his fashion houses in Paris, Barcelona, and Madrid, one after the other. Balenciaga died on March 23, 1972 in Sevilla, Spain. Today, the Balenciaga fashion house continues under the direction of the Demna Gvasalia and under the ownership of the Kering Group. Number 4. Louis Vuitton. Louis Vuitton was a French entrepreneur and designer whose name has become iconic in the fashion world. He was born on 4th August 1821 in Achy, a small hamlet in eastern France's mountainous, heavily wooded Jura region. Descended from a long-established working-class family, Vuitton's ancestors were joiners, carpenters, farmers, and milliners. His father, Xavier Vuitton, was a farmer, and his mother, Caron Gailet, was a milliner. Louis Vuitton's mother passed away when he was only 10 years old, and his father soon remarried. At the age of 13, tired of provincial life and of his strict and wicked stepmother, Vuitton resolved to run away for the bustling capital Paris. The 295-mile journey took him 2 years on foot with stops to carry out odd jobs to support himself along the way. Upon arrival in Paris in 1837, Vuitton became an apprentice at a successful bus-making and packing workshop, a craft that was highly respected at the time. Within a few years, he had gained a reputation as one of the best in his field in the city. That's how his journey continues until his death on February 27, 1892 at the age of 70. Number 3. Adidas. In 1920, at the age of 20, avid soccer player Adolphe Dassler, or also called as Adi Dassler in short, son of a cobbler, invented spike shoes for track and field. 4 years later, Adi and his brother Rudolf founded the German sports shoes company Gebrüder Dassler, later known as Adidas. By 1925, the Dasslers were making leather shoes with nail studs and track shoes with hand-forged spikes. Beginning with the 1928 Olympics in Amsterdam, Adi's uniquely designed shoes began to gain a worldwide reputation. J.C. Owens was wearing a pair of Dassler's track shoes when he won 4 gold medals for the U.S. at the 1936 Berlin Olympics. At the time of his death, in 1959, Dassler held over 700 patents related to sports shoes and other athletic equipment. In 1978, he was inducted into the American Sporting Goods Industry Hall of Fame as one of the founders of the modern sporting goods industry. Number 2. Gucci. Gucci was a famous fashion designer from Florence, Italy, and the founder of the world-renowned fashion brand Gucci. His father was a humble leather craftsman. Gucci traveled to Paris and London to make a living. There he was greatly influenced by the sophistication and style that he saw while working as a lift boy at the Savoy Hotel. He returned to Italy and started helping his father make saddles and leather travel bags. As the demand for saddles reduced, he ventured into making various other accessories to keep his business going. He founded Gucci as a family business and successfully combined the sophistication he had witnessed abroad with craftsmanship of Italy. His brand became famous soon, and people from all over the world came to Florence to purchase items from him. He expanded his business to Rome and involved his sons in running the company. Even after his death, the business spread its wings and Gucci became a leading brand. The overall management of the firm was transferred to his son Rodolfo Gucci and then to his grandson Maurizio Gucci. The company soon became a public limited company. Unlimitedly, it became a fully public company. Gucci is now regarded as one of the world's most desirable luxury brands. Number 1. Versace. Gianni Versace was born on December 2, 1946 in Reggio, Calabria, Italy. Gianni Versace became one of the top fashion designers of the 1980s and 1990s. He launched his first clothing line in Milan, Italy in 1978. In 1989, Versace debuted his first couture collection. He continued to add to his fashion empire, expanding into home furnishings and perfumes. Throughout his career, Versace designed for such high-profile figures as Madonna, Princess Diana, Elton John, and Tina Turner. He was shot and killed outside his home in South Beach, Florida in 1997. Versace was only 50 years old when he was murdered outside his South Beach home in Miami, Florida on July 15, 1997. The blood fashion designer was gunned down by 27-year-old street killer Andrew Cunanan, who was found dead in a Miami Beach boathouse 8 days later. Versace was survived by his longtime partner Antonio D'Amico and his sister Donatella Versace. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoy it. If you do, please like and share with your family and friends. And also don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more interesting videos. Take care.